Shalom, shalom, and welcome to Just a Word. As we have started, everything has got. Let me see if I stop the recording. If everything will speed up. Mic check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. All right, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. All right. Struggling here with this laptop, but I only hope we will work this thing out. Shalom, shalom, and welcome once again to Just a Word. Azak Eliyahu, and I'm here with my brother Etakan, and today we are going to be looking into the mystery of Noah's Ark. The mystery of Noah's Ark. What we are going to be looking at, we are going to be looking at, we have always said that the Bible is coded, and that what we see in the Bible might not necessarily be the literal manifestation of what happened. Now, the Bible is given in layers so that it is something for everyone. It is a book for the people of the Most High, so beginners must be able to get something from it, and advanced persons must be able to get something from it. I'm not talking about the Bible only, I'm talking about the Hebrew scriptures. And it is like, it is so unlike this world. When you go to basic school, you get the ABC book, and you learn A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc., etc. But you don't use that book as you go forward. As long as you know the ABC, then you don't need that book. But the Most High's word is spiritual. And so, even though you are advanced, you still need the book. And the same book is used from beginners to advanced. As well as he has some more advanced books, which are some of the books that we're looking at, books with the mysteries. But generally, we are able to use the same book. Now, we are going to go into another layer with this Noah's Ark to get more understanding, because Hamashiach said, as in was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be. But before we look into the mystery of Noah's Ark, we want to establish something very, very important. And that is to understand why we need to dig into the layers. Because the Christians will tell you, it is what it says, just leave it at that. Why are you going any deeper? But we are going to show why we need to go deeper. Exactly why do we need to go deeper? And we are going to show you that it is a must. Yeah, boy. It is a must that we go deeper. For our salvation, it is a must that we go deeper. And when we get these understanding, it is really, really sad to see how people in this world are sleeping, going about in religion, not knowing what is actually required of us is above that which most of us have been taught. So we're going to get the understanding of why we need the understanding of digging deeper. Because we speak to people about the mysteries, they might be tired of hearing us. It is because we have realized of how critical they are. So first of all, we are charged, Joshua 1 verse 8, we are charged to meditate on the Torah day and night. Joshua 1 verse 8.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
So the law, we must meditate on it day and night. And if we observe to do all that is written, and it says to all that is written, not just some, then our way will be made prosperous and we will have good success. So the Torah is our wisdom and understanding so we can obey. The Torah is our wisdom and understanding so we can obey. Deuteronomy 4, verse 5.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahuwah my Elohim commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
All right, so this is when we are obeying. When we are obeying, the other nations are going to have to say, oh, this is a wise and understanding people. But guess what? Our people went into disobedience. We are going to show you the progress of where we are unto where we are now to show us why we have to now awaken and go back and find the truth, because the truth was taken away from us. So, all right. So let's go to show the disobedience of our people. All of that is good, but the disobedience of our people. Psalms 81, verses 8 to 16. And I need to get this on the screen. Sorry about that. Psalms 81, verses 8 to 16. The Bible is loading. Things are a little slow here. Sorry about that. This laptop can't really do it at all. See how long it takes. Yeah, really is lagging. Let me get rid of this. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, sorry about the delay. We're having a laggy laptop issue here. Look how long it took to come. I'll probably two of them up. I don't know what's happening. Let me try you again. All right, sorry. So our people, given the Torah, but going into disobedience, loading the Bible, which is so critical for us at this time. Probably we can just read, you can find Psalm 81, verses 8 to 16, and we go. You got it?
Yes.
Read it, please.
Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Yasharal, if thou wilt hearken unto me. There shall no strange allure be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange god. I am Yahuwah thy allure, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Yasharal would none of me. So I gave them up into their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsels. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Yasharal had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies, and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of Allure should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee.
So, he told us to obey the Torah. It is our wisdom and understanding. But our people did not do that. They turned away from him. And because our people turned away from him, we were placed in blindness. We have to understand that we are coming out of blindness. You know, so many of us, we grab the scriptures. Why this thing is not coming up? Rebellion today. So many of us, we were in Christianity, and I want you to listen to this very carefully. We were in Christianity, and we were awakened that Jesus is not the name of the Messiah, God is not the name, and we get excited, and we get a few more insights, and then we get more and more insight. And we think that we have wisdom, and we have understanding. But the wisdom and understanding is way, way past those basic things. The wisdom and understanding that we had is the wisdom and understanding that wrote the books of Apostle Shaul that people up to this day cannot understand. That wrote the books of wisdom that we are still fighting to understand. Especially a book like the writing like the Songs of Solomon that most of us still cannot understand. That is the wisdom they had. Which one of us has that wisdom? So we have to see that we are sadly, very deficient. So when we are awakened, it is when we go back and we will end up having that wisdom, that knowledge, and that understanding. So we are in blindness. So blindness was given to us. Understanding was taken away from us. And the highest speaks to us so we cannot understand. I want you to understand. I say understand so many times over the years. I know it's coming to a crescendo. We know why now. I can now understand why I always say we must understand. I want you to understand this teaching. Hey, you're going to see why I always say, and you look back on my teaching and say, we must understand. You have to understand. It is because understanding was taken away from us. And for us to get back anywhere, we have to get understanding. Let me go back over the heading. Because we disobeyed, the Most High placed us in blindness. He took understanding away from us, and he spoke to us so we could not understand him. Understand that fundamental. Get that fundamental. So at this time, we are really not supposed to understand him, but he gives us understanding in increments. Incrementally, he adds to our understanding. That is why at Just a Word, you hear us teach, and you hear us teach over certain things, and then each week we add more and more. We are getting more and more understanding. So Isaiah 6 verse 8 tells us what we just said.
Also, I heard the voice of Yahuwah saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go, and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not.
You see, the Most High pronounced that judgment on our people. When they were in rebellion and disobedience to him. Hear, but understand not, and see, but don't perceive. Verse 10.
Make the hearts of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed.
So the Most High placed this on us and said, make sure these people can understand. Make sure they can perceive. Lest they hear and are able to perceive. Notice what he says. Make the heart of these people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. So the Most High works in, they call them dispensation. When it's time for us to be in captivity, it's captivity time. When it's time for us to be gathered, it's gathering time. So when we turn our backs on him and he says, okay, judgment on them, it's judgment time. So we are not going to be able to see, to hear, to understand. Because he doesn't want us to be converted, because we are under discipline. But always, yet he will eventually have mercy and regather his people. Go to verse 11 now.
Then said I, Yahuwah, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate.
Continue.
And Yahuwah have removed men far away, and they be a great forsaking in the midst of the land.
But as always, he always leaves a remnant. Verse 13.
But yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return, and shall be eaten, as a teal tree, and as an oak, whose substance is in them, when they cast their leaves. So the Kadosh seed shall be the substance thereof.
So in the end, he's going to gather back a remnant. But, and this is what we keep telling you, that you have to now start studying the mysteries. He will not have mercy, nor show favor to those who are without understanding. If you are without understanding, no mercy, no favor. Isaiah 27, starting at verse 10.
Yet the defenced city shall be desolate, and the habitation forsaken, and left like a wilderness. There shall the calf feed, and there shall he lie down, and consume the branches thereof. When the boughs thereof are withered, they shall be broken off. The woman come and set them on fire, for it is a people of no understanding.
Therefore,
he that made them will not have mercy on them, and he that formed them will show them no favor.
You see it? You see how important understanding is? Because there are people of no understanding, therefore, he that made them will not have mercy on them, and he that formed them will show them no favor. So to be accepted of Yahuwah, you have to have understanding. You see it? And they make it seem as if, okay, all you do is believe. There are so many things that have to be right. Yahuwah is so particular. If you are of no understanding, where are we going? But still the promise of mercy. Verse 12.
And it shall come to pass in that day, that Yahuwah shall beat off from the channel of the river unto the stream of Egypt, and ye shall be gathered one by one, O ye children of Yasharal.
One by one. So which ones will be gathered? It has to be those who now have understanding. He's not going to gather those who are without understanding. Verse 13.
And it shall come to pass in that day, that the great trumpet shall be blown, and they shall come which were ready to perish in the land of Assyria, and the outcasts in the land of Egypt, and shall worship Yahuwah in the holy mount at Jerusalem.
So those who are with understanding shall go to the holy mount of Jerusalem. So we just showed you that A people have no understanding, he will not have mercy on them, and he will not show them any favor. Let's show you now that those who do not understand shall fall. Those who don't understand shall fall. Hosea 4, verse 14.
I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery. For themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots.
Therefore,
Therefore,
the people that doth not understand shall fall. That's how important understanding is. The people that do not understand shall fall. Daniel 12:10. The difference between the wise and the wicked.
Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand.
But the wise shall understand. You see who is going into that kingdom? It is the wise who have understanding. The wicked will not understand. So if you look at the correlation between wisdom or understanding and wickedness, when you have understanding, you will move away from wickedness and you will be in righteousness. That's why it's important to understand. Because when you understand, you are able to perceive. And when you perceive, you are able to do. But when you're wicked, the propensity of the wicked is to just do wickedly. From the wicked proceeded wickedness. But when you got understanding, then you will be able to walk in righteousness. So the highest blinds us until the time of our awakening. Because he says, make these people's hearts fat and let them not see. It's the time of our awakening we will awaken. Isaiah 6 verse 9 now to 10. Again. Go ahead.
And he said, Go and tell the people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not.
Continue.
Make the heart of the people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed.
So he gave us Romans 11:25. Blindness in part has happened to Yasharal.
For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part is happened to Yasharal, until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in.
So that blindness is in part is like Isaiah 6 verse 10. He has made our hearts fat, made our ears heavy, and shut our eyes, so that we cannot be converted. But how will we come out of this blindness? How do we come out of this blindness? Galatians 3 verse 13. How do we come out of this blindness? Because this blindness has led us to be under a curse. This is a curse. Galatians 3:13.
Hamashiach hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, Cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree.
So it's a Mashiach who brings us out of this dilemma that we are in now. So that brings us to the point that if you don't have a Mashiach, you cannot come out of this blindness. You cannot come out of this lack of understanding without a Mashiach. So, a Mashiach. Let's look a little at Yahuwah first. Before we go to a Mashiach, let's look a little more at Yahuwah. So, Yahuwah showed us how to understand doctrine in the end time. Isaiah 28:9-13. We have done it so many times here, but can you read it, please?
Whom shall he teach knowledge?
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Understand doctrine. Understand doctrine. Continue.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
Mm-hmm.
For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people,
Mm-hmm.
to whom he said, This is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. But the word of Yahuwah was unto them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
So this is how he shows us in the end time as to how to understand doctrine. But we can understand doctrine and still be unrighteous. We can understand doctrine and still be unrighteous. What we are showing here, so that we don't get lost, it is that the Most High has blinded us, and now it's time for us to awaken. When we awaken, we are going to be like we were here at Just a Word, giving the understanding of doctrine. That is what we have spent most of our years here doing. Getting people back now to understand doctrine, to understand what was written in the book. But we are showing you now that you can understand doctrine and still be unrighteous. Because there are many people who master the scriptures and will give you scripture upon scripture and precept upon precept and line upon line and understanding, and you might be hearing them speak and you say, wow, this man has understanding. But still, that person is unrighteous. And we look on the people with understanding and we judge them and say, whoa, this person must be righteous. Not. And we're going to show that understand doctrine is not all there is to it. That's where the mysteries of the kingdom comes in. We must understand doctrine because Revelation, is it 14? No. Revelation 12? 14:12, is it? That tells us that here are they that keep the commandments of Allah and the Emunah of Yahusha. The Emunah of Yahusha includes the mysteries. So we don't only understand doctrine and say we're keeping commandments, we're keeping Sabbath, we are wearing fringes, we are doing this, we are doing that. Yeah, we understand those doctrines, but we can still do them and still be unrighteous. Galatians 3:21 to 26.
Is the law then against the promises of Allah? Allah forbid. For if there had been a law given, which could have given life, verily righteousness should have been by the law.
So righteousness for us is not by the law. That's Shaul is saying that we are not righteous by keeping the law. Verse 22.
But the scripture hath concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Yahushua HaMashiach might be given to them that believe.
So that is what is missing, the emunah of Yahushua HaMashiach. And the emunah of Yahushua HaMashiach, that is strengthened outside of doctrine. We can just know doctrine and understand the law and everything. But that will not really truly get us into true emunah. What gets us into true emunah? John 17:3 says, this is life eternal, that they may know thee, the only true Alua, and Hamashiach, Yahushua HaMashiach, whom thou hast sent. So true righteousness is in knowing Hamashiach and in knowing the Father. So we can obey the Father and still be lacking. Okay? It must be Yahushua HaMashiach. The promise by emunah of Yahushua HaMashiach might be given to them that believe. Continue.
But before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith which should afterwards be revealed.
And that is what happened to us in this awakening. When we were in this awakening, we came out with doctrine, as we said, and that we were shut up until the right time. We are now to be taken to a higher level, which are the mysteries of the kingdom of Alua. Verse 24.
Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Hamashiach, that we might be justified by faith.
And by the way, when you get deeper and deeper into the mysteries, your emina goes up more and more. Remember that conversation that we had today? We just got another mystery was revealed to us today, and it just shut up the emina just like that. I said, oh, well, so be it. Everything just shut up to the roof when you get deeper into these mysteries. Just simply going and saying, I'm obeying this, I'm obeying that. What does that do to your emina? Yeah? There's something missing with just obeying rules. Something missing. Continue.
But after that faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. For ye are all the children of Elua by faith in Hamashiach Yahusha.
Okay. So then, the doctrine is not the highest level. Doctrine is necessary, but doctrine does not justify us. Because we have to reach a point where we are more righteous than those who only know doctrine. Matthew 5 verse 20. Those who only know doctrine, we have to reach a point where we are more righteous than them. Hold on, please. Matthew 5:20. Go there, please.
For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
You see? The scribes and the Pharisees, they knew Torah. They were masters of the Torah. But unless our righteousness exceed theirs, then we cannot enter the kingdom. This is what I'm telling you, that doctrine is not enough. Matthew 23. So all of us out there on the internet thinking that we are going to the kingdom because we know some scriptures more than other people. We have a sad thing coming for us. Yeah? Matthew 23:1.
Then spake Yahusha to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do.
Doctrine.
But do not ye after their work,
For they say and do not. So they know the doctrine, but they don't live the doctrine. So what makes us live the doctrine is the emunah in Yahusha, of Yahusha. Yes? Which is given to us through the mysteries of the kingdom. The higher teachings of Yahusha are given to us. Remember we said at the beginning that the Bible is there in layers. We have a basic layer of Yahusha, relatively basic. And then he goes a little harder in the parables. But there are other teachings of Yahusha that are far deeper than these parables that are there. So we have to get this understanding, and we have to seek out more and more and higher understanding. Just like when you are seeking out something in this world, you seek out the higher and higher thing. You go to school and you learn basic things, and then you said, no, I want higher education. And you pay a whole lot of money to get higher education. And then you are not satisfied. You want higher, 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 until you get to the top and they call you a doctor. That is only when you are satisfied. All right? Why then are you satisfied with mediocrity in Yahuwah? Why? Continue with this, scribes and Pharisees. Verse 4.
For they bid heavy burdens.
Bind.
For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
This is what happens when you know doctrine, especially if you're a teacher. You can tell people what to do, but you yourself are not doing it. You'll be there preaching, and yes, the word says it, and because you're a teacher, you have to say it. But you do not do it. That's why you don't do after their work. Verse 5.
But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their proselytes, and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Hamashiach, and all ye are brethren.
All right. But we basically want to get the idea. We basically want to get the idea that we have to reach a point where we are more righteous than those who only know doctrine. So what makes us exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees? It is knowing Hamashiach. Knowing Hamashiach. Philippians 3, 5-11. So we're doing Noah's Ark, but this here should be a lesson to each and every one of us. Read it, please.
Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Yasharal, of the tribe of Benjamin, and Hebrew of the Hebrews, as touching the law, a Pharisee. Concerning zeal, persecuting the assembly, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless.
Blameless. Oh boy. So he was blameless in the law. So we would think that that is enough. This is the doctrine. Blameless. Verse 7.
But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach.
All right. So Hamashiach supersedes everything. The blamelessness that is in the law. Being a Pharisee, being of the tribe of Benjamin. Blameless. Continue.
Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahusha, my master, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach.
Notice he says, for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach, my master. The mysteries of Hamashiach. Continue.
And be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Hamashiach, the righteousness which is of Alua by faith.
Continue. Let me just say that for this first. So we have here, not having mine own righteousness, which is of the law, which is of the doctrine that I have read. And I've said, okay, this says that, so I do that. No, but that which is through the emunah of Yahusha, which is the righteousness of Alua. And the reason, so remember we said you can know doctrine and still be unrighteous. Here is the reason why we have to have emunah in Yahusha. Verse 10.
That I may know him, and the power of his resurrection, and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made conformable unto his death, if by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead.
This is why you need Yahushua Mashiach. Far above doctrine. Doctrine is mine own righteousness. But it's the righteousness that is in him, and that entails suffering. That entails being made conformable unto his death. And that can only come about through emunah. It is the emunah of Yahusha which makes us righteous, which justifies us. And that supersedes doctrine. But here's the thing now. So remember we said it is through Hamashiach that we can overcome. The Most High put us in captivity. He made our eyes fat. He made our ears heavy or hard. What are them fat? He made something heavy, and then he made us lack understanding. I don't remember which one. But he gave us Hamashiach now to take us out of it. So in comes Hamashiach. Hey man, Hamashiach is just going to come and tell us everything plainly. He's just going to come and do, say, you know what? My father made your heart fat, something heavy. Isaiah 6:10. Let me find it because I don't want to say one thing wrong. Isaiah 6:10. What was fat and what was heavy?
The heart is fat and the ears are heavy.
All right. So the heart fat and the ears heavy. So Hamashiach is going to say, all right, my father made the hearts fat. He made the ears heavy. He has sent me now to redeem you. You know what? I am going to make the hearts light and the ears light. Yeah? I'm going to make the heart slim and the ears light. I'm not going to pile on the same thing that the Father did. Really? Hamashiach did the same thing. Matthew 13:10. Every week you hear this.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
So Hamashiach also did the same thing that his father did. Father spoke and said, make their hearts fat so that they do not perceive, do not understand. Hamashiach came and did the same thing, speaking to them in parables so they do not understand. Now, what makes us escape? What makes us escape this burden that Hamashiach and that Yahuwah has placed on his people because of their disobedience? It is the mysteries, understanding the mystery of the kingdom. It's understanding, not hearing, understanding. 11, verse 11.
He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it is not given.
All right, there we go. The mysteries make the difference. So he gave us a Mashiach, but he gave us a Mashiach with mysteries now, so that if you understand the mysteries, then your ears and your eyes and your heart will now be open and you will be able to be converted and be healed. Otherwise, verse 12.
For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath.
So he went on now to repeat Isaiah. Verse 13. That is doing nothing different from his father. Go ahead, please.
Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand.
Continue.
And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive.
Continue.
For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
So he the same thing. No escape. No escape. So guess what? Again, to make it even worse, Hamashiach said, okay, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave here, but you're going to get the comforter. And I'm going to leave some apostles, and they are going to teach you. They are going to speak to you. So, did the apostles come any easier? So the Father spoke to us in parables. The Son spoke to us in parables, in mysteries. Father in mysteries. What about the apostles? Because he also left his apostles to speak to us, John 17:20.
Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word.
All right, through their word. So he has passed the baton on to the apostles. But let's see if the apostles are any better, because there is one apostle who takes up most of the New Testament. It's not by chance. It's not by chance that Apostle Shaul or Paul, that his books are most in the New Testament, because he's the deepest. He has come to do the same thing that Yahuwah did, the same thing that Yahusha did. And so many people are deceived. Oh, Shaul is a false teacher. He is from the devil. He's Satan's agent. He is all sorts of things about Shaul, because they don't understand. Shaul was given to do that same separation that Yahuwah did with his word, with precept upon precept. The same separation that Yahusha did. Shaul is there in the end time to make the same separation among us. 2 Peter 3, verse 15, Kepha went and told us about Shaul. And many people dispute and said, oh, Peter didn't write this, and all sorts of things. Read it, please.
An account that the long suffering of our Master is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you. As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things,
in which are some things hard to be understood. Why are they hard to be understood? It's the same thing, same principle. Yahusha chose him because of his brilliant mind, so that when he speaks, people are not going to understand him unless they are given the mysteries of the kingdom. We have to have the mysteries. We have to have that wisdom that the Most High gives us to understand Shaul. Read 16 again, please.
As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
Those who are unlearned, those who do not have understanding, they're going to rest with Shaul's writings. But those who are learned and have understanding will be able to understand it. Yeah? And now when you ask Shaul, did you speak plainly to them? Is your word a nice little plain little thing? 1 Corinthians 2, 7 to 8. Let's hear what Shaul said. 1 Corinthians 2, verses 7 to 8.
But we speak the wisdom of Elohim in a mystery.
You know what?
In a mystery.
Even
the hidden wisdom, which Elohim ordained before the world unto our splendor.
So this man is telling you, man, I don't speak things plainly, man. It's a mystery. If you understand, you understand. If it is given to you to understand, you will understand. If it is not given, it is not given. That is why I tell you, even I did a piece for the radio entitled, When We Speak, Everybody's Not Supposed to Understand. When we speak, if I'm speaking and everybody's able to understand me, something is wrong. And then people will come and criticize you. No, man, you must speak that and that. So this and that, this and that. No. When you are led by the Ruach, you will speak and people will misunderstand you. People are not spiritual. And then you'll have to be doing ABC, going into detail with people just for them to get an understanding. Same thing with Shaul. So, how do we decipher these mysteries? How do we decipher these mysteries? 1 Corinthians 2, 10 to 16.
But Elohim...
Hold on, please. Go ahead.
But Elohim hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth,
For the Ruach.
or for the Ruach searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of allure.
So he has revealed things to us by his Ruach. Now we receive that Ruach from Hamashiach. It's that Ruach Hamashiach in us that's going to make us be able to decipher the mysteries. If we do not have the Ruach Hamashiach, we will not be able to understand. Verse 11.
For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the Ruach of man which is in him? Even so, the things of allure knoweth no man, but the Ruach of allure.
You see what I'm talking about? So let me tell you something. Let me understand what we're saying. You can have all knowledge and wisdom of the scriptures, of doctrine. That's what the Pharisees did. You can have all of that and not have the Ruach HaMashiach. And if you don't have the Ruach HaMashiach, you will not be able to know the mysteries which are able to make you and bring you to a higher level than the doctrines simply can take you. So doctrines alone is not important. Verse 12. Which verse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we have received not the Ruach of the world, but the Ruach which is of allure, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of allure. Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which Ruach HaKadosh teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Ruach of allure, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
That's the dividing line there. The natural man can have doctrine. How many times have we seen the natural man come and by studying and everything, he knows the Bible and will throw out scriptures after scriptures to you. But that is the natural man. The spiritual things now that we need, that is where we need the understanding of the Most High. And that is what divides us between the natural man and the spiritual man. Continue.
But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. For who hath known the mind of allure, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Hamashiach.
We have the mind of Hamashiach. So that is, I only hope you get what we are trying to say there. You think it's clear? Yeah. We need the understanding. We are awakening. We need the understanding. That is why we need the mystery. So that is why now we're going to look into a mystery. A lot of the mysteries cannot be taught because as we go on, as we are learning, we see, say, you can't go out and say this. Oh, you can't do this. So let's look at a mystery. The mystery of Noah and the ark. As in the days of Noah, remember Hamashiach told us, Luke 17:26-27.
And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
And destroyed them all. So the reason we are doing this is because we are in the days of Noah. We believe that this that we just read, that we are in this time. Okay? They were eating, drinking, they married wives, given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the flood came and destroyed all. So let's look what happened in the day that Noah entered the ark. Genesis 7 verses 12-13.
And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day entered Noah, and Shem, and Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark.
So in the day, in Luke 17:27, it says, until the day that Noah entered in the ark. In the self-same day Noah entered the ark, there was rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the Most High had told us that he was not going to destroy the earth with water again, wasn't it? So, what's going to happen in the days of Noah? But first of all, Noah's ark today, Luke 17:26-27, is speaking about the secret place. We're going to go to Psalms 91, but Luke 17:26-27, it's speaking about, when it says, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, that ark will be the similitude of the secret place of the Most High. There's a deeper similitude, but the ark is one of the similitudes of the secret place of the Most High. Let's look at the principle, the set-apart protection principles that we get from Psalms 91. The set-apart protection principles from Psalms 91. I'll tell you when I'm there. Go ahead.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
So when Noah and his family was in the ark, that was the secret place of the Most High, abiding under his shadow, being protected from everything that was going on in this world. Okay? As in the days of Noah in the end times, we now have to strive to be in that secret place. We have to strive to be in that secret place. Well, let me tell you something about the secret place. The secret place cannot be the place that you have always been all your life. It cannot be the place where you have always been. And you sit in your whole life waiting to be in that secret place. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. As we said, there's a deeper insight into this, which we cannot say. But let's go to verse 2.
I will say of Yahuwah, he is my refuge and my fortress, my allure, in him will I trust.
So go ahead.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
So he hides his people, he protects his people, no matter what is coming. His people are protected. Continue.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
This is straight protection. Continue.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
So while protected, we'll see the wicked being rewarded. Only with thy eyes. You will not participate in it. Go ahead.
Because thou hast made Yahuwah, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation.
Habitation there is what? The dwelling place. You have made the Most High your habitation. Let's look at the meaning of habitation. Where is this? What's going on here? Which verse is that again?
9.
Oh, verse 9. Habitation. Age 4583. From the same as age 5772, an abode of Alua, the tabernacle or temple. Men, their home, or animals, their lair. Hence, a retreat, asylum, hen, dwelling place, habitation. A retreat, asylum. When you seek asylum, that is when you seek refuge in another country. Yeah? This is what habitation means. You come out of your habitation and you let the Most High be your habitation by letting Him tell you where to go. That is why Revelation 18:4 says, come out of her, my people. Zephaniah 2 says, gather yourselves together. You have to make the Most High your habitation. And I posted on Facebook today, a Facebook update. And I said, is there one person who is interested in serving Yahuwah? What did I say again? And reject the world or something. Rejecting the world and serve Yahuwah. Because you have to ask that. Because people are so bent on just hanging on to this world and to what they have and onto their existence and then to this. Where are the people who want to serve Yahuwah? Everybody wants to be in religion and they'll come and they'll listen to this and everything and everybody just loves religion. Now sit where you are and you go to work and you come and you're on WhatsApp and you might be in a WhatsApp or a Facebook group or you're just going through a routine. You have not made Yahuwah your habitation. Your whole life has not been given to Him. Your life is still with the world. Read 9 again, please.
Because thou was made, Yahuwah, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Now when Noah was building the ark, that's all he did for the whole time. 120 years building the ark. 120 years. What an ark that was. 500 and something feet, and it took 120 years to build it. We're gonna do Noah's ark soon, all right? Let's remember that one. 120 years. There shall no evil before, yes. Verse 11.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet.
Now Yahuwah is speaking now, verse 14.
Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name.
Mm-hmm.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
So those are some principles about the protection of Yahuwah. Okay? So let's look at the mystery of Noah's Ark. We're going to look at Noah's Ark from, let me see something. All right, here. Coming up. All right. Genesis chapter 6. I think it's 6. Read from verse 9, please.
These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with Allure. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
All right, and Noah walked with Allure. How can we walk with Allure? if we don't listen to his voice and go where he tells us to go? How can we walk with Allah when he gives us instructions and we disobey the instruction? Fall into religion and then now think that we are actually walking with him. Read verse 11, please.
The earth also was corrupt before Allah, and the earth was filled with violence. And Allah looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch.
All right, hold on there, please. It says you must make an ark of gopher wood. I'm trying to get this thing on the screen. Sorry. All right, this thing here. What's happening here? Oh, this. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Trying to get something here. Okay. So we have this, an ark of gopher wood. Want to get that on screen. Because what we're going to show here is that the Bible, the more and more you go deeper into it, you see, the more and more you see errors in the Bible. And the more you see the stories are not as straight as they told us. So it says make an ark of gopher wood. But when you look at the meaning of gopher, we kind of see it is kafar. No. No man, this is not it. Gopher wood is verse 14. It's 16:13. But this is 16:14. So it's 16:13. It's kofa, gopher. It's the same thing in the Hebrew. And if you notice here, it says cypress, but there's a question sign. Why is there a question sign about this wood? It says cypress. Asking a question, is it cypress? But it says gopher and gopher wood. Then it says the wood of which the ark was made. That is very vague. Then look at number 2. Meaning and exact type unknown. They don't know what it means. So we have been sold this story. We have been sold this story about this gopher wood, and they don't know what this gopher actually means. Because as we told you at the beginning, they have to give everybody according to their understanding. So they gave us this little story, which is kind of a kid's story. Every child knows this Noah's Ark. But Shaul made a point when he says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. But now I'm a man, I put away what? Childish things. So the gopher wood and the wood and the ark and everything is for the child, basic. And as we said, he was making this ark that was 500 and odd feet, I think, long. He took 120 years to build it. It says, rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. With pitch. A village. What is the importance of this village here? This thing here. What's the importance of this thing here? Of this village here? Because, think about it. We're going to see the amount of animals Noah is going to bring in the ark. We're going to see all the preparation that he has to make for the ark. How can a boat of 500 and odd feet by how many feet? Not even as much, 500 feet, 200 or whatever feet, 100 feet. How can it hold every single animal in the world except the aquatic animals? Every single creature in the world except the ones in the water. How could this ark hold? How could this ark feed them for how many days? 150 days? 150 days. How can they be closed up in an ark with only one window and a door that is sealed, a window that is sealed? How can they get air? How can they... So many questions. So many questions. We have to stop believing the version that is for children. Okay? Literally a village as covered in a village. Now a village makes more sense. Because let's go further. Look, and it's twice they use village. Bitumen as used for coating and the henna plant as used for dyeing. Figuratively a redemption price, bribe, camp hire, pitch, ransom, satisfaction, sum of money, village. Twice it is used for village. Let me go back to the Bible and we look at it some more. Okay? And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, 300 by 18 inches, 300 by 18, 3 is 24. You want 540 feet. I don't know. Yeah, 540 feet, thereabout. And the height of it, 30 cubits. The height of it, 30 cubits. 3 is 24. 54 feet. By 500 and whatever feet. And you hold every single animal in that ark. Now, a window, read 16.
A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stories thou shalt make it.
Before I go any further, let me just talk about, I give thanks to the Most High for the family that is here with us. A family of truth seekers. A family of mystery seekers. A family that just seeking out the way of truth no matter what. It is their searching that started all of this in the first place. And just want to speak that. When you see me coming here, I'm the chatterbox, it seems. I'm the one that is put here to chat. But it's not me alone that is a part of this. It's just a word. It's not me. It's just a word. All right? Just remember that. All right. A window shall thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shall thou finish it above. One window. Make this make sense. One window, one door. The window was shut, the door was shut. All the animals in the world. Because, you know, one of the things they are saying about global warming, they're actually saying now that they don't want to have any animals in the world, any farming in the world. They want to give us bugs. Why? Remember, we're out in the open. They are saying the wind that the animals pass and their feces is going to cause problems with global warming. Now imagine in a 500 and odd feet by 50 odd feet high place with every single animal in the world. The windows closed, the doors closed. What? It doesn't make any sense. I'm very sorry. This just doesn't make any sense. 3 stories. Okay? Which is going to make the air even less. Because each level is going to have consumption of the oxygen. And behold, verse 17.
And behold, I, even I, to bring a flood of waters upon the earth, to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life, from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die.
Mm-hmm.
But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee.
Mm-hmm.
And of every living thing, of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female.
Mm-hmm.
Of fowls after their kind, and of the cattle after their kind, and of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive.
Mm-hmm.
And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them.
So, the other day we saw in the bathroom, we saw a spider. And when we look carefully on the spider look fat. And when you look on the back of the spider, baby spiders, innumerable spiders, and it looks so ghastly. And when you're thinking about this now, imagine one single spider with so many babies, and it's scattered. And that spider has babies in the ark. That's one type of spider. What's going to happen when all of the different animals start reproducing? What about those who were pregnant before and now start reproducing? What about the animals who eat animals to survive? Where are they going to get food from? So many questions. Continue.
Thus did Noah, according to all that Elohim commanded him, so did he.
Where were we? Verse what?
22, the last one.
No, man, you didn't do 21. Do 21 again.
And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them.
All food that is eaten. So food for 150 days in that small ark for all the animals and for man. Yeah.
They stayed for a year after that.
Huh?
They stayed for 1 year, full year in the ark.
1 year, and they stayed for 1 year and they stayed for 1 year in the ark. Did you remember that? 1 full year. So how is that ark going to hold food for 1 year for a man and 7 other human beings, and for every single creeping thing, cattle, bird of the air, every single animal that is not in the water. How is that possible in an ark made of gopher wood when they don't even know what gopher means? And it was finished with pitch, which means a village. They're telling you that the ark was actually a village. It has to be somewhere where people can eat, where animals can roam, because there are some animals they will die if they are too packed up in one place. It has to be somewhere. It has to be a protection, a place of protection. Let's continue. Let me go to Genesis 7:13. Verse 12. We did it already, but do it again.
And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Okay, hold on. Somebody said they saw the ark. Let me tell you something. We live in a world of deception. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked has also been able to convince us that that place is Israel. They have every place name in that place and say it is Israel. And they have all sorts of things that they got there to justify it's Israel. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The Most High has allowed the wicked to do wickedly. He has allowed the wicked to deceive us. Okay? All right. I do not trust anything these people say. Continue.
In the self same day entered Noah and Shem, and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort.
Every bird of every sort. No birds need space to fly. It's 3 stories. Okay? 3 stories of 52 feet. 3 into 52 is what? 17 feet high. And then you have animals underneath, creeping things at the same time, birds in the air at the same time. It is impossible. Continue.
And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as the Lord commanded him. And Yahuwah shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heavens were covered.
And all the high hills that were upon the earth were covered. The high hills. Now, all of these things are allegories, people. We are telling you that all of these things are allegories. The high hills refer to those exalted nations and exalted people. If you go to Isaiah 2, it tells you what's going to happen in the end. Isaiah 2. Verse 2.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills. and all nations shall flow unto it.
You want to talk on this one? Talk on this one, please. You got it?
Yeah.
You want to talk on
Not easy.
it? So, the mountains of Yahuwah's house shall be exalted. This is what it means to be exalted above the hills and exalted above the mountain. Lifted up means to be exalted. So the ark was exalted above all because the Most High destroyed all and preserved all that were in the ark. Now, by the way, the meaning of ark is also important. Ark, H8392. The meaning of ark. Look again. I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you, they do not know what it means. H8392. Tabor. Perhaps of foreign derivation. Perhaps they don't know what it means. And they say a box. Ark. They don't know what it means. We do not believe that ark was that boat thing that they told us. Of foreign, it didn't say of foreign derivation. It says perhaps. That means they don't know where it came from. They have no idea. They are guessing. And we are following their guess. Anyway, where was it exalted again? Yes, go ahead.
There's also I don't know if anyone who's probably who used to be a gamer or used to play gaming, and there's this one very popular game called Ark Survival, and the whole point of the game is for you to build a base or a village, and then you build this village and you wall it up, and it's to protect yourself against danger. So I think even in this, they're trying to tell you the truth about what an ark is. That an ark is not necessarily like a boat. It's a place, a location in which there's refuge and safety. So I think that we could also tell us things like that in truth. That it's not a boat. It's a place that is fortified, or a place that's protected.
It's a place that is fortified. A protected place. Okay? All right. Let me make sure that this is all right. So we believe that he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, that the Most High set apart Noah and his family in a set apart place on this earth. Now, our brother here had made the observation that even in this world, when they speak about an ark, they talk about kind of a segment. They have a circle and the ark is a part on the circle. So on this earth, the ark could be a place on this earth that the Most High protected from the flood. All right? Let's go a little further and see what we get. Verse 19.
And they shall go into the holes.
No, Genesis 7:19. No, 20.
15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both men and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days.
150 days. Now someone says here, I'm thinking SpongeBob, village under the sea. Yahuwah put a dome over a village. Now it's interesting that you say that, because if we understand this world, we understand that there's a place that they call Antarctica that is guarded by the nations. The leading nations of this world, they come together and they actually patrol the ice wall. They don't want anyone to go there or to pass that wall. Okay? They protect that wall. Now, there are people who have gone there. I remember there was this American Admiral Byrd that went there, and he even did a television interview, I think in the 60s or 50s or 60s, in which he gave an interview and told them what he saw when he went past the ice wall. He flew past the ice wall. Now it is said that there's a whole world behind there. We don't know. But we do believe that the ark, it could be there, as well as it could, most likely could protect Noah in this world, because there is a dome over this world, and we believe there are worlds beyond this world, but this is another thing. So in seeking wisdom, in seeking the mysteries, we are going to have to open up our minds to this world. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. We are in a deceptive world, okay? And the wicked rule by lies, or through lies. Now Genesis 8 verse 1.
And Yahuwah remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And the Lord made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged.
All right, so hear this now. Yahuwah made a wind to pass over the earth. So when you're thinking about the traditional Noah story, you think about a wind blowing, and blew the water. But it's very simple. All you have to look at the meaning of this word. This word wind here is H7307, and look what it is. A ruach. A ruach. From H7306, wind, by resemblance, breath, and we know ruach is the ruach of Yahuwah, the spirit of Yahuwah. By resemblance, spirit. Okay? So when we speak about Ruach HaKadosh, we speak about the spirit. So the Most High made a spirit to pass over the earth. What psalm were we doing? And we saw it was Psalm 40. Psalm, what was it again? Psalms 140. What was it?
It was Psalm 100 and something.
104. This was in one of the Psalms that we get. I think it's 104. Yeah. Yes, but no. Yes. No. I think it's 104. But I'm trying to find the exact verse.
Oh.
Yes. Psalm 104, verse 6. Psalm 104, verse 6. Read it, please.
Thou coverest it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains.
When did the water stood above the mountains? Noah's flood. And remember, waters here, spiritually, refers to ruach or ruachot, spiritually. So the waters stood above the mountains. Verse 7.
At thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of thy thunder they hasted away.
Mm-hmm.
They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys, unto the place with which thou hast founded for them.
Where is that verse again, man? The one with the wind. It's somewhere in here. Yeah. All right. I don't know if I can find it. That was in my memory. Let me see if I can find it in one of the Psalms. Psalm. All right, so if we can't get it, we can't get it. But there is. All right, I'm looking for wind. Psalm 103. Mm-hmm. All right, it's taking too long, but I know I gotta find it one day. I gotta find it to get it back here. But anyway, where were we?
Isn't it 30? Thou sendest forth thy spirits, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth.
No, it was something to do with the waters, with the flood and the ruach. But the ruach there in Genesis refers to the wind refers to his ruach. So he sent his ruach.
Search H7307 in your eSword, brother.
H7307.
Yeah, just put that in your search, and it'll pull up all of them. You can just scroll this on.
Oh, I was looking.
Look for the one with Ruach, right?
Yeah, but it's gone too far now.
Okay.
I'll just All right. Which verse were we?
8.
Which verse?
2 now.
Go ahead.
The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained,
Mm-hmm.
and the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated.
Mm-hmm.
The ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. It came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro, until the waters were dried up from off the earth.
All right. So we kind of can stop there. But what we're trying to say is that there are several different things there in which they are not sure. They are not sure about gopher wood. They are not sure about pitch. They are not sure about even the ark. because we see Moses' little thing that he was in was also called an ark. So it's very, very impractical. And, you know, there are other things that we could have said, especially to do with that, with the other worlds, that we believe that this ark was not this literal ark. Because they, somebody sent a diagram and showed the Titanic compared to the ark and showed how much bigger the Titanic was. And the Titanic could not hold all of those animals and all of those food. All right? But, yeah. How much time is gone? All right, so let's see. So in the end, again, the Most High is gonna be like the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, there is also gonna be an ark. Now, what will that ark be? Because it says, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be until the day Noah went into the ark. There is going to come a time again where there is going to be an ark. Do we think it's going to be a literal ark? Do we think it's going to be a literal boat? And let me tell you something, in our search and our studies, the people back in those days were more advanced than we thought they were. Probably even more advanced than we, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I forgot that. Thank you very much. Ararat. Yeah. All right, so our brother here came to give me a reminder. I forgot about this one. That the Ruach, that was on the, that came, the wind that came. Let me go there. That was verse 1, 8:1. He made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. All we have to do is go back to Genesis 1 to see that wind again. Genesis 1, and it is at verse 2. Start at verse 1. No, start at verse 2. Start at verse 1.
In the beginning, Allah created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
And the Ruach of Allah moved upon the face of the waters. Right back to the beginning. It was a reset. The Most High did a reset. And the Ruach that came over in the time of Noah and made the water assuage, the same Ruach that was over the earth when it says the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. It's a reset. We have to look into the relative thing of this. And let me see, go to Jeremiah 4. Jeremiah 4. Where is it? Verse 23.
I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void, and the heavens, and they had no light. I beheld the mountains, and lo, they trembled, and all the hills moved lightly. I beheld, and lo, there was no man, and all the birds of the heavens were fled. I beheld, and lo, the fruitful place was a wilderness, and all the cities thereof were broken down. at the presence of Elua and by his fierce anger.
Mm-hmm.
For thus hath Yahuwah said, the whole land shall be desolate, yet will I not make a full end.
So this is another reset here described in Jeremiah chapter 4. So when the wind blew over the waters in the time of Noah, it was a reset. Now, they read Genesis 8 verse 4.
And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat.
Upon the mountains of where?
Ararat.
So what they have now, they have an ark that they say they found in Ararat. But let's look at the meaning of Ararat. Thank you, Yaramel. Look at the meaning of Ararat. Of foreign origin. Again, they don't know the meaning. They made it up. Ararat, or rather Armenia. They don't know the meaning. They made it up. It is a trumped up story by these custodians. These people. Let me tell you something, people. Let me just say something here. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. There is a group of people in this world, a nation of people, that want the world for themselves. The world has been given into their hands, and they rule by deception. As long as they keep you fooled, as long as they keep you not knowing Yahuwah. Remember, we said earlier that if we lack understanding, we are going to fall. If we lack understanding, is not going to show us mercy or favor. So as long as they can keep us fooled, they have us. We cannot turn back to Yahuwah. So they give us religion. And they give us their translations of the Bible. And they put what they want to put in there to accommodate themselves. To make sure that they can continue to rule over us. That's what we looked at last week when we looked at the book of God the Seer. When we say 4 mixtures from Edom to betray the righteous believer and to rule over them. So they give us these stories and then they produce what we want to see. I know that that place that they call Israel is 100% not Israel. Yet, they tell you they have Abraham's tomb. They have where Yahusha was buried. They have come with every single thing. So if they come with an ark and say it's Noah's ark, what is that? For me to say, so they have the ark, so it must be the ark. If you go to Israel, they have everything that is in the Bible. There is nothing that they say, oh, and this is also the garden where Yahusha prayed, and this is this. They have everything in there for you. Because to them, it is like a movie, a Hollywood set. And that is how the Israel is. And all of these places are very close to each other. So Israel itself is just like a little movie location. But why do they do that? To betray a righteous believer and to rule over them. They want the world to rule. So they keep us dumbed down and make us follow these things because they know we are not going to be prudent. We're just going to take what they give us. But those days are over for us because we know the earth being given into the hand of the wicked is no coincidence at all. Okay? Yeah, they are who?
Yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
okay, I think it's also important because if you, it's verse 11. It's verse 11.
All right, hold on, please. Let me get this thing going. Genesis 8:11. I'll read it. Genesis 8:11. And the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth.
Okay. So if you go again to the Legends of the Jews, you understand where the dove got that leaf from. And that's page 186, and it reads, Toward evening she returned with an olive leaf in her bowl, plucked upon the Mount of Olives at Jerusalem, for the Holy Land had not been ravaged by the deluge. And she plucked it and said to Allure, O Allure of the world, let my food be as bitter as this olive, but do thou give it to me from thy hand, rather than it should be sweet, and I be delivered into the power of men. So again, you don't learn that Jerusalem was not covered by this flood. So again, you see that there's a secret place, there's a place that was not touched by the flood, which was Jerusalem.
Yes.
So again, then you see that the ark is not really an ark per se. It's a location of safety.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Yes? And this is what we expect in the end again, for his people to dwell in Zion. His people will be taken to Zion, away from all the destruction that is taking place. Yeah? All right. Okay. All right, let me see what there are a lot of, but its computer is moving so slow. But the chat is busy. Which will be interesting to hear all of it. All right, let me just see what's happening on YouTube. Yeah, so people, we have to have the mindset to know what it means that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. We see how much deception these people have done in this world today. Look at the CV19 thing. Look how much deception. Look how they deceive people and told people, selling to people, oh, you need to do this. We cannot continue unless you do this. To get people to put that poison in their system, what do you think they would not do? They're going to see and say, okay, this is the ark. Oh, this is the ark. If that was the ark, they would have confiscated it. Because everything that is precious, they confiscate it and have it for themselves. Keep it for themselves away from people. All right, so where were we again? Oh, I was supposed to be looking there. So if there are any questions, any comments, please put it in the chat, please. All right, so the internet is moving very, very slow. Not the internet, this thing, a laptop thing here. Let me see if I can see any from here. I'm trying to see the this laptop here seems to someone says keeping the commandments alone is not sufficient. If so, we will be living by the letter of the law. That is why Shaul said the just shall live by Emunah. and every word that comes out of our Master. Our praises. If we take the time to break it down and seek out knowledge, it would be all good. Can we say when Yahweh instructs us to come out of Babylon, he's asking us to go to the secret place he has prepared for us? He's just asking us to go where he tells us to go. Because at the right time, he will bring us to a secret place. But we have to now follow his instructions. We do not know where he will send us and when, but we have to have ourselves open that wherever he tells us to go, we go. Okay? Some people say that the legs of iron and potter's clay represents AI robotics mixed with flesh and not divided Rome, because Rome rebuilds itself, whereas the fourth kingdom does not. That's a whole other story. Someone says, I forgot they did have a care in the world before that because of the Nephilim giants. All three lineages, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, were in the secret place, first covenant during the flood, made there, Genesis 9 to 10. All right. I saw the ark. The wood was dark inside the waters, and bright electric blue streaks like electricity running all over it. All sorts of theories, eh? Floating lab, genetic splicing and collection was practiced and known then. When it's Genesis, it says we're going to make mankind in our likeness. The whom is us referred to. This is plural, but isn't there only one? You need to read a book like Pistis Sophia, and you'll see how about emanations and all of that, and how deep all of this is. There are two main theories, so I won't even go into here. But as I like to tell people that I am relearning, so I will tell you the theories that are there, but not that I have held on to any one of them. All right, so this looks a little goes close a little better. Technology has lessened over time. Yes, indeed. Somebody says your birds sound so nice. Maybe Noah hollowed out a mountain. Then wouldn't that mountain be Sinai? What about the Ark of the Covenant, which is a physical thing that was carried from place to place? Yes, it was. So was Moses' Ark. Ron Wyatt said he found the Ark of the Covenant, but the angels took it. The movie Avatar was a similitude. I've heard they hide and then reveal the hidden things of Yahuwah to confound us by putting it in movies. This person says he's wrong. It is still on this earth. According to the scriptures, according to the witness of Jeremiah, that's the Ark of the Covenant. Alexa said something that is right. It doesn't have to make sense. The Messiah came back to life. Lazarus coming to life doesn't make sense, but it happens as it happened to me. Yeah. It doesn't have to make sense, by the way. But when you see them using things that they do not know, yeah, to contrive this story together to us, and what, among other things that we have known, we tend to believe that it is not so. It says our enemies are liars. You are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your fathers you will do. He was a liar from the beginning. He's a father of lies. That is how they run this world. This world is run on lies. They cannot tell the truth. They have to tell lies in order to go against Yahuwah. Okay? What is the meaning and function of an arc in mathematics? I think an arc is to cut out a segment. Yeah, I don't even know. Remember that. Someone says something shaped like a curve or arch, the vivid arc of a rainbow, mathematics, a segment of a circle. Yeah. When in Genesis it says we're going to make man in our likeness, to whom is us referring, I think I looked at that. All right. It was darkness and comes the light, and shall it be. All right. So, what is that? All right. So we have another book. You see, a lot of the things that we can understand, by the way, let me just tell you, a lot of the things that we can understand, it is because we are reading other books, and those other books now are stimulating our minds. But some of the books, we do not use them here. We do not want to send people to go to these books because, as we say every week, the Most High told us to search in the toilet. So we go into the books, and there might be some corruption, some wrongs there, but prove all things, hold fast that which is good. You might find some truth in it. And in this book, we won't tell you what the name of the book is. The book says, it was not the way Moses said they hid in an ark. Rather, they hid in a special place. Not just Noah, but also many other people from the immovable race. They went into hiding within a cloud of light. Okay? It was not as Moses said it. So Moses, remember, we are given the word in an allegory. It's not that Moses was lying, it's that it was given in an allegory so that at the right time, those who are to know and understand will understand it. Remember, the Messiah said he spoke in parables, the Father does the same. The Father writes things in allegories. It's not literal as we get it. It is there for us to seek. He says, ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. So in searching with all our hearts, that is how we are able to find. And the reason we are able to find is because we have given up our lives in the regular world and have dedicated our lives now to seeking out Yahuwah. And a group of us coming together, living together, and that is all that we do. So when we do that, we believe that the Most High is revealing to us. So it is not as Moses said, and that is an example to show you of how the Bible is. It is layered, and the secrets are given only to those to whom it is given. That is why Hamashiach said to the disciples, when the disciples said, why do you speak to them in parables? Because it says, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom, but to them it is not given. The Bible was given for only some of us to understand it, not for everybody. That is why you have to know who you're listening to and who is teaching you. Okay? You have more?
One more.
Yes.
I'm finding it though.
All right, go. All right, so our brother here is finding something else. So the ark, Mitch Baker says the ark as in a dome covering or the firmament, asking a question. And Mikhail says, now you're thinking outside the box. All right.
The Apocalypse of Elijah.
Yeah. So this one is from the Apocalypse of Elijah. Well, let me see what it says.
King Gabriel.
Holy Land. From the tree of life, there will be an angel who watch over them. So what is that?
When you just said they went into a beam of light, they created a pillar of light. If that's the light that sends into the Holy Land, it's a secret.
Okay. All right, so we just read it a while ago. That, what did he say again? They were led by a cloud.
Into a beam of light.
They were led into a beam of light. Now, in the Apocalypse of Elijah, I think you can download this from our website. It says, then Gabriel and Uriel will become a pillar of light, leading them into the Holy Land. A pillar of light leading them into the Holy Land. Matching up with what we just read before, then when it says it was not as Moses said, they shall be pillar of cloud leading them into the light. So these books and these other books gives us more insight. So we are not just talking simply by just matching up those scriptures. We have other books that we read that give us more insight. All right. So that's it. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching on YouTube. Thank you and shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom.